Have you ever found yourself waking up in the middle of the night around 3 a.m., unable to drift back to sleep? Lying there in the darkness, staring at the ceiling, you might start to wonder if something is wrong with your body or mind. The reality is, this experience is incredibly common among older adults, and it's not just a random habit or an unavoidable side effect of aging. There are deeper reasons why this happens, and they provide valuable insights into your body's natural rhythms and overall well-being. In this video, we'll explore 5 key reasons why many people find themselves waking up at this early hour as they get older. Each of these reasons offers a window into the biological, psychological, and environmental changes that come with age. By understanding them, you can gain greater clarity about your sleep patterns and, more importantly, learn how to work with your body rather than against it. This discussion isn't just surface-level information. It's rooted in real science, covering changes in hormones, sleep cycles, health conditions, and even emotional and social factors that might be quietly influencing your sleep quality. If you've ever wondered why you wake up at this specific time, you're in the right place. Stick around until the end, because what you discover here may not only help you improve your sleep, but also deepen your understanding of the natural transitions your body is going through. Now, let's begin. One of the most significant reasons older adults wake up around 3 a.m. is a reduction in melatonin production. Melatonin is a crucial hormone that regulates sleep-wake cycles. When you were younger, your body produced a steady supply of melatonin, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. But as you age, your body naturally begins to produce less of it, which can make it harder to maintain deep, uninterrupted rest. At bedtime, you might have no trouble falling asleep, especially if you've had an active day. But by the early hours of the morning, whether it's 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or 4 a.m., your melatonin levels may have dipped too low to keep you asleep. You're not waking up because of external disturbances or bad habits. Your body is simply responding to its changing chemistry. Environmental factors can amplify this effect. Even small amounts of light, such as a street lamp outside your window, the glow of a digital clock, or the sliver of light from a hallway, can further suppress melatonin production. As you age, your body becomes more sensitive to these triggers, making it even more likely that you'll wake up in the middle of the night. Consider the example of Harold, a 72-year-old who always prided himself on being a sound sleeper. Recently, though, he's found himself waking up at 3:15 a.m. most nights. He doesn't feel anxious or restless, just suddenly wide awake. Once he understood that this change was a natural part of aging related to melatonin levels, he stopped worrying and instead made small adjustments. He now keeps his bedroom darker, avoids screens before bed, and takes an evening walk to help reinforce his natural sleep rhythm. While he still wakes up early sometimes, he now sees it as part of his body's natural transition rather than a problem. Recognizing this shift can be empowering. Instead of feeling frustrated, you can make simple changes to support your sleep, turning this knowledge into practical steps that improve your nightly rest. Another important reason for waking up at 3 a.m. is a shift in your body's internal clock, known as advanced sleep phase syndrome. As people age, their circadian rhythms tend to move forward. This means they start feeling sleepy earlier in the evening and wake up earlier in the morning, often without setting an alarm. You might find yourself dozing off while watching a late-night TV show or naturally waking up before dawn, even when you'd prefer to sleep in. This shift isn't just about lifestyle. It's deeply rooted in biology and tends to become more pronounced with age. When you were younger, your body's sleep schedule was more aligned with later bedtimes and wake-up times that synced with daylight. But as you age, this natural schedule moves forward. You might find yourself heading to bed around 9 p.m., or even earlier without meaning to. By the time 3 a.m. arrives, your body has already completed its necessary sleep cycles, making you feel awake even though it's still dark outside. This doesn't mean something is wrong. It simply means your sleep pattern has adjusted over time. Think of it like a clock that has been gently resetting itself over the years, ticking forward little by little. The challenge arises when your new sleep schedule doesn't match your lifestyle, family routine, or social commitments. This shift can be influenced by external factors too. Many older adults live in quieter environments or spend more time alone, which can make the body's signals to wind down even stronger. Without the same level of evening stimulation, like social events, work responsibilities, or active nighttime routines, the body naturally prepares for sleep earlier. Take Charles, a 68-year-old retiree. He eats dinner around 5:30 p.m., watches TV for an hour, and often finds himself in bed by 9:00 p.m. By 3:00 a.m., his body is naturally ready to wake up, even though it feels too early. At first, he thought this was a sign of insomnia, but after learning about his shifting sleep cycle, he realized it was just his body adapting to a new rhythm. Understanding this shift can help you adjust your habits to better align with your body's needs. Small changes, like gradually shifting your bedtime later or adding relaxing evening activities, can help you stay in sync with your desired sleep schedule while still respecting your body's natural patterns. These are just a couple of the key reasons why waking up at 3:00 a.m. becomes more common with age. But there's much more to explore, from changes in stress hormones to evolving emotional patterns that impact sleep. Each of these factors reveals something meaningful about the aging process, not just in terms of sleep, but in how we adapt to life's transitions overall. By recognizing these changes, you can begin to shift your approach. Instead of seeing early waking as a frustrating problem, you can view it as a natural part of your body's evolution. With a few mindful adjustments, you can create a sleep routine that supports your well-being and helps you embrace this stage of life with greater understanding and ease. Charles had always assumed that waking up at odd hours was a sign of something wrong with his sleep. But as he grew older, he realized that his body was simply adapting to a different rhythm. Instead of seeing his early wake-ups as a problem, he began to understand them as a natural shift in his sleep cycle. This change, known as an advanced sleep phase, meant that his body preferred to sleep and wake earlier than it once did. Rather than fighting against this shift, Charles decided to gently adjust his evening habits. He started incorporating simple activities to help extend his wakefulness just a little longer. Reading a book under a warm light, taking a relaxed stroll after dinner, or having a brief conversation with his daughter before heading to bed. These small, intentional changes gradually helped push his sleep schedule closer to a more convenient time, reducing his 3:00 a.m. awakenings. More importantly, he felt more in sync with his daily routine. Many older adults experience this natural shift, yet few openly discuss it. Recognizing that early waking isn't necessarily a sleep problem, but rather an adjustment of the body's internal clock can bring relief. Instead of feeling frustrated or confused, it becomes possible to make small modifications to evening routines that align better with overall well-being. If you find yourself waking up in the early hours feeling well-rested, your body may simply be operating on a revised schedule, one that can be shaped in ways that best support your lifestyle. Aging brings about changes in sleep, and another common reason for waking up in the middle of the night is physical discomfort or health-related interruptions. These disturbances are often subtle, creeping in quietly and disrupting sleep without dramatic symptoms. A stiff joint, a sudden backache, or the pressure of a full bladder can be enough to pull someone out of deep rest. For instance, arthritis can make lying in the same position for hours increasingly uncomfortable. While it might not be noticeable at the start of the night, those aches gradually intensify, leading to an abrupt awakening. Similarly, acid reflux can become more noticeable in the middle of the night, particularly if dinner was eaten too close to bedtime. Even small factors like dry mouth, muscle cramps, or shifts in room temperature can contribute to light awakenings during the early hours. For many older men, A primary cause of these wake-ups is the need to urinate. With age, the bladder becomes less elastic, and the sensation of fullness develops more quickly. During the day, distractions may mask this urge, but in the stillness of the night, it becomes impossible to ignore. Once someone gets up and moves, even briefly, their body transitions from deep rest to a more alert state, making it difficult to fall back asleep. Medications can also play a role in disrupting sleep. Many older adults take prescriptions for blood pressure, heart health, or pain management, and these often come with side effects like frequent urination, temperature sensitivity, or increased responsiveness to light and noise. The connection between medication and sleep patterns may not be obvious until it's examined closely. Take Eleanor, for example, a 76-year-old woman who always considered herself a light sleeper. Over the past year, she found herself waking up around 3:30 a.m. every night. At first, she attributed it to aging, but after discussing it with her doctor, she discovered that one of her medications was affecting her hydration levels and increasing her nighttime trips to the bathroom. By adjusting the timing of her dosage and making a few lifestyle changes, she was able to sleep more soundly and wake up less frequently. It's essential to recognize that these wake-ups don't mean the body is failing. In fact, they indicate that the body is still functioning, responding, and adapting. Understanding these signals can lead to better choices and a more compassionate approach to self-care. Rather than seeing waking up at 3 a.m. as an inconvenience, it can serve as a gentle reminder to listen to the body, make necessary adjustments, and prioritize well-being. Another factor that significantly influences sleep patterns in older adults is lifestyle habits. Subtle shifts in daily routines, which might seem insignificant, can cumulatively reshape sleep rhythms. Many older individuals naturally start eating dinner earlier, reducing physical activity in the evenings, and winding down sooner than they used to. These habits gradually reinforce an earlier bedtime, ultimately leading to an earlier wake-up time as well. As people age, their days often become less structured, especially after retirement. The absence of the usual external cues, such as commuting, work-related tasks, or frequent errands, leads the body to rely more on internal signals for sleep regulation. A quieter evening with little stimulation can cause the brain to produce melatonin earlier, bringing on drowsiness before even realizing how early it is. Once asleep earlier, the body completes its rest cycle sooner, causing spontaneous wake-ups in the pre-dawn hours. Food intake and its timing also play a subtle but essential role in sleep quality. While eating an early dinner is often considered healthy, it can sometimes lead to a drop in blood sugar levels during the night. Even if it doesn't create a strong sensation of hunger, this dip may still be enough to trigger an awakening. Similarly, caffeine consumed in the afternoon can linger in the system longer than expected, especially since metabolism slows with age. This lingering effect can make sleep lighter, increasing susceptibility to waking up from even minor disturbances. For Walter, a 74-year-old man who recently retired, these changes crept in without him realizing it. His days became less structured, his evenings more relaxed. He found himself having dinner around 5 p.m., dozing off in his recliner while watching television, and heading to bed well before 9 p.m. Gradually, his entire routine shifted earlier, and soon he began waking up around 3 a.m., confused as to why he was alert before dawn. Understanding the connection between daily habits and sleep timing helped him regain control. He made a few simple changes, adjusting his meal times, engaging in light evening activities, and staying up slightly later. Within weeks, his sleep schedule realigned, and he no longer found himself waking up long before morning. If you've made it this far and find this information valuable, consider leaving a comment below to let me know you're still watching. Your engagement helps us continue creating content that informs and supports you. And if you haven't already, subscribing and turning on notifications ensures you won't miss future videos packed with insights to help you improve your sleep and overall well-being. Aging is a journey, and changes in sleep patterns are a natural part of it. Rather than resisting these shifts, embracing them with awareness and small adjustments can lead to better rest and an improved quality of life. If waking up at 3 a.m. has become a regular part of your night, know that there are ways to gently guide your body toward a more restful and aligned sleep cycle. By tuning into your routines, making mindful choices, and listening to your body's cues, you can transform restless nights into peaceful, restorative sleep. Walter started making simple changes in his daily routine. He took short walks in the afternoon, ensured his evenings were spent under bright lighting while reading, and avoided naps after dinner. These small yet thoughtful adjustments helped his body naturally push his sleep cycle a little later, aligning it better with his ideal wake-up time. The impact of routine on our body's internal clock is often underestimated. Our systems thrive on regularity, consistent signals that tell the brain when it's time to sleep and when to wake up. However, as these signals weaken or shift, the body's rhythm can become disrupted, leading to fragmented or unusually early wake-ups. But by recognizing these shifts and making mindful corrections, it's possible to restore a sleep cycle that feels more natural and rejuvenating. If you're still with me and finding this discussion helpful, comment with the number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing and turning on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Your support allows us to continue creating insightful content for you. Now, let's move forward. At times, waking up in the middle of the night has less to do with physical changes and more to do with emotional or psychological restlessness. As we age, the distractions of a busy life start to fade, allowing old thoughts and emotions to surface in the stillness of the night. These early morning hours, when everything is quiet, often become a space where past memories, unresolved feelings, and hidden worries come to light. Unlike the sharp, urgent anxieties of youth, these feelings tend to be gentler, lingering in the background as a soft hum, a sense of something unsettled, even if it's not easy to define. This type of wakefulness isn't always about stress or fear. Sometimes, the mind drifts into reflections on old friendships, decisions made long ago, or experiences that shaped who we are. With fewer daytime distractions, these thoughts become more pronounced, making sleep feel elusive. Another important factor is loneliness. As the years pass, social circles change, children move away, friends get busier, and routines shift. While the daytime might be filled with activities and lighthearted moments, the nighttime brings a quiet that can amplify feelings of isolation. Even for those who don't feel lonely in the traditional sense, there can be a deep-seated longing for connection, a quiet ache to share a moment or conversation when the house is still. Take Gloria, for example. At 80 years old and widowed, she fills her days with gardening, calling her grandchildren, and watching her favorite shows. Yet, around 3 a.m., she often finds herself awake, her mind wandering back to memories of her late husband or the concerns she keeps tucked away during the day. Initially, she believed something was wrong with her sleep, but over time, she realized that her early wake-ups weren't about restlessness, but rather her heart seeking acknowledgement. To support herself, Gloria began keeping a small notebook by her bed. When she wakes up, she jots down whatever is on her mind. Nothing formal, just honest thoughts. She also introduced a simple nighttime ritual, listening to soft music or writing a brief note to a friend before bed. These small acts of connection and reflection provided her with an emotional outlet, helping her mind settle and allowing her to return to sleep with more ease. The truth is, our emotions don't operate on a set schedule. They arise when they need to, sometimes at the quietest hours of the night. But this isn't a problem, it's a sign of depth. Waking up in the early hours might not indicate something broken. Rather, it can be a gentle nudge from within, signaling that a part of us needs attention. If you find yourself awake in the stillness of the night, instead of seeing it as an inconvenience, try asking yourself, what is my mind trying to process? What part of me needs acknowledgement? Sometimes, the best way to reclaim restful sleep isn't by ignoring these moments, but by honoring them. In doing so, you may not only sleep better, but also gain a deeper understanding of yourself in this stage of life. As we wrap up, take a quiet moment to reflect on what we've discussed. What resonated most with you? Was it the shift in your internal clock, the impact of small changes on your sleep cycle, or something more profound, an emotional rhythm that only reveals itself when the world is silent? Each of these insights offers a new perspective on early morning wake-ups. Rather than viewing them as a problem, they can be seen as a natural reflection of your body's adaptation, still responding, still evolving, even as you age. There's power in understanding what your body is communicating, especially in those soft hours before dawn. Instead of seeing 3 a.m. wake-ups as a nuisance, they can become gentle reminders to listen to your habits, your needs, and your heart. You are not alone in this experience, and many others are searching for answers just like you. But with awareness comes empowerment, and with empowerment comes the ability to make small yet meaningful changes that support deeper rest, greater peace, and a stronger connection to your inner rhythms. If any part of this discussion resonated with you, remember, you're not simply getting older. You're growing, adapting, and evolving. And with this growth comes the opportunity to rest with more intention, to care for yourself with greater compassion, and to welcome each morning with newfound clarity and peace. Thank you for joining me today. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment below and share something that stood out to you or a step you plan to take toward better rest. Your feedback is invaluable, and reading your comments brings encouragement and motivation to continue creating content that supports you. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with others who might find it helpful. Your support helps keep this channel going, bringing you more insights and practical tips for navigating life's later years with ease and confidence. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.